Alright, back again. This is Peri-tips. Thanks for joining me. Oops, there we go. Back again. Couldn't wait 5 minutes. I jumped back in and get this done because I've got other plans tonight. This is my Peri-tips channel, because I'm doing 2 channels. If you didn't know, I'm also on a channel doing love and relationship coaching tips and keys that will change your life. And this one is Peri-tips for those people who are learning how to use Periscope. This is day 18 of my 30-day Periscope challenge I'm part of. I want to tell you about that at the end. And this one is day 4 of my tips. The first day I did 2, ended up being 4. Now I'm trying to keep it down to 1 every day because I'm running out otherwise. But today's one is simple. Hearts. What are they good for? And I don't mean this one, I mean the one on Periscope. If you tap the screen, it gives somebody hearts. And you can tap them once, twice, 5 times, 100 times. When you tap the screen, those hearts get accumulated. See, look, there's a heart. 1 green one, just bring up the screen. There's 2. You can tap more frequently as well. A couple of things. When you watch a broadcast, like a scope, somebody's scope, so whoever's green, that should pitch you, that was the color assigned to you when you opted into this scope. It's not the same every time, it changes all the time. But just so you know, when you are opting in, you'll see your icon show up. If you type in a comment, you'll see next to it your profile color-coded. The hearts you enter will also be the same color as your profile color for that scope. So that way you know if you're hitting hearts or not, or if someone's hitting hearts, or how many you're doing. It's kind of a way to know what's going on. The second part is hearts are, they're like buttons in Facebook, except you don't just do it once, you can do it as many times as you want. Up to, well, there's no limit to how many you can give, there's only a limit to how many you can actually send, if that makes any sense. I was watching, there you go, hi Sherry again. I was helping a friend of mine with this last week, an experiment where she was scoping and I was scoping, and she gave me like 1,500 hearts. I said I will opt in, I gave her 4,500 hearts, thinking, oh, scored. Well, in the replay I looked, and under my name it showed like 4,500 hearts, which is awesome, except it didn't count. On her profile, her heart count was like 1,600. I'm like, if I gave 4,500, where did the rest go? It turns out, well, I sort of knew this, but I was just trying to see if I could bend the rules. One of my skills is there's a limit of 500 hearts you can give per broadcast or replay. Key thing is you can also give hearts in the replay on the mobile app to the person broadcasting. So let me qualify that. You can give 500 hearts. You can give more than 500 hearts, but 500 register. That's what I'm looking for. Register when you do watch somebody's scope. Those hearts accumulate. You can actually opt in. Like if you watch this scope and for some reason you get knocked off, you come back in again, you can do another 500. So there's no limit to how many you can give really, but it's 500 at a time in chunks, both on the original scope and on the replay if you watch it later, which is kind of nice. Now what's the point? Apart from the fact they look nice, hearts are also useful. One, they're useful because if the scoper is talking about something you like, or is interesting to you, or is inspiring, or waking you up, and you're going, oh, that's great, tap the screen, it gives them hearts, and that way they know they're on track. It's a good feedback system besides putting comments in. The second thing is, I've discovered this. Thank you for that, Sherry. I think it's you because you got the green one. That's the one thing is that also hearts are a ranking system. And I discovered this out a few days ago, and I've been checking into this. My list of hearts is going up now. I'm somewhere around 13,000, which is pretty awesome. Until I look around and see what other people have. Now, if you've only got a few hundred hearts, that may not sound, you may sound like 13,000 is amazing. Well, it ain't that impressive. There are some major, I'm talking about the big players in Periscope who've been doing it since the beginning, and they've been really getting a following, and they're mostly the celebrity types who get lots of people following them because they happen to be famous, which I'm not. So I've said I've got about 14,000 hearts, over 14,000 now, which is kind of cool, particularly amongst my peers who are in the same boat. But then I look out ahead of me and see all the people out on Periscope and doing it for a while. They're in the millions, literally. There's one person I saw had over 60 million hearts under their profile name. It deflated my ego very quickly. So hearts are fun. Hearts are good to have because it gives you feedback and also gives you ranking. But I don't think it's going to make any difference unless I go over 1 million hearts. So please give the hearts. I appreciate them, but you know, you're only going to give 500 at a time. That's going to take a lot of time to get me up to 1 million. So I'm just going to keep spreading the word about hearts for you, for your followers, for the replay. The word is fun. Well, it is fun. It's true. I love the hearts because they are... In fact, let me find you out because I don't know if I'm following you. Okay, now I'm following you. Now we're following each other. Cool. That's another trick, by the way. When somebody puts a comment on your profile, this is a tip I may have given before, but I'll give it to you now. No, I did this for the trolls. If someone who is watching your scope pops up with a message, and in my previous scope I did this, who is counter to what you're saying, or not so much counter, but is insulting you, or being sexist or racist or anything else, and you don't like that, you can, oh, it's your first day, well, welcome. Now you got me following you, so that'd be great to see your stuff. Tap on the comment, it pops up a little window. It has follow the user and block the user. If it's someone who's a troll, who's someone basically who's coming to spam and junk and be annoying to you, you can click block user and they'll never be able to watch your scopes again. That's protection, particularly for the ladies. I've told my friends who are female about this because there are a lot of guys, well, there are a lot of trolls out there. I'm not sure if the guys are women, but they go on somebody's scope and say, like, show us your boobs, take your top off. It's really crude, sexist, and crap. And it's really annoying to watch that being done because I don't like seeing women insulted. That's in my work. I really help women. So seeing women insulted, it brings up my upset with that. So if you're a woman using scope, feel free to tap that window and you hit block user. Secondly, and the other side of this is if someone comments on your scope you like and you want to find out more about them, you can bring up their profile by tapping on the comment, and if you like them, you want to check out who they are, you can click on follow user. That means you can then watch their scopes in return. So that's another tip, it's a bonus tip. So that's it for the Peri-tip, because I'm doing one a day. And again, if you haven't watched my previous ones, you can see all of them on a website, which I tell you about that in one of my previous scopes, called catch.me. Catch with a K, ATCH.me/barryselby is mine. And there's 20-something scopes up there now, which you can watch and review and check in both my relationship keys and teachings and my Peri-tips. Quick shout out for the 30-day Periscope challenge. You're welcome. And if you want to find out more about it, you can message me or well, watch the Peri-tips I put up on Catch because there's previous ones up there. But if you message me over Facebook because we're friends there, and I'll give you some other tips and stuff. We can talk on Skype or something and give you some other keys. But if you are also new to Periscope and you want to learn how to be better at broadcasting Periscope, I'm part of a 30-day challenge called the 30-day Periscope Challenge. What a great name. My friend Michelle Whiteheart created it. And if you go to her website, which is michellewhiteheart.com, which is Michelle with 2 L's, White, the color, Heart, H-A-R-T, all one word, .com/Periscope. You can opt into her list and get the broadcast kit, which is a list of things you can get. And also she'll put you into the Facebook group with the rest of us. Well, there's 130, 120 of us who are using Periscope, although most of the people in that group aren't actually Periscope broadcasting yet. We're encouraging them to pop their Periscope cherry, or Peri-cherry as we call it. I'm one of the gung-ho go-getters because I'm actually doing 2 a day. There's a couple of people who do more than that. They're doing 3 a day, which is insane. I'm not doing that much. And I said I'd just do 1 a day. Now I'm doing 2 because I have to like it. It's a good chance to get exposure, to talk about your stuff, and to practice being in front of an audience because you're watching this. Again, so back to the beginning. Hearts, good to have. You can give hearts by tapping on the screen up to 500 times. It takes about 2 minutes. If you watch the replay, or if you're watching the replay when I'm doing this, you can do the same thing there on your smartphone. Obviously not on a computer screen. But on your smartphone watching a replay on Periscope, keep tapping on the screen, it adds to the count, which is really nice to have. That's it. That's what hearts are for. And again, the color-coded based on when you opt in to that scope, what color profile picture you're assigned. And it happens to be different usually every time you go on a scope. That's the fun and variety of Periscope. Any other questions or any thoughts about this before I just sign off? Because this... No. To be honest, I haven't... Well, Periscope you can only broadcast from the app. You can't broadcast on your computer. You can watch it on Periscope, I believe. Actually, I haven't seen that work, so I don't know if it's true or not. Let me back those words up. My computer's a bit older, and my browser won't load Periscope that way. But people can watch online, I believe. So I see when I look at my about information on my Periscope broadcast, calling it a scope, it shows online viewers as well. So people can view Periscope online. They can't broadcast online. It's only through the smartphone apps. So iPhone or Droid, the 2 apps. And just a quick sidebar, for those of you who know about this, Periscope came out in March of 2015, and it's been in development for about a year before that for the iPhone. They didn't plan on doing a Droid version. Because of Twitter getting involved and buying out Periscope, they said we better make a Droid app. They did that in 2 months. So what I've been hearing is the Droid app is not as easy to use or as convenient as the iPhone version at this moment, but it'll catch up. So if you're a Droid user, sorry, but you'll be having to catch up with the iPhone use. If you're an iPhone user, you get all the features that they have right now. And frankly, that isn't saying a lot either, because the iPhone app has room to grow. There are new features coming because certain people I know, back to the hearts thing, have got ranking where in the millions of hearts. And so they get some of the rolled out features, the beta test features, ahead of time, because they have a lot of users and followers and they try new things out. So I've seen a couple of glimpses of things coming on other people's scopes, not on mine. I'm not ranking that high, but they're useful tips to know. But again, I've done 4 scopes that are Peri-tips to give you tips on getting started. To watch those, they're on my site, not my site, on the catch.me site with my name, Barry Selby. I'll give you some get going that way. And if you want anything else, let me know. Thanks for watching this one. That's my double scope for the day, and I'll be back on tomorrow. Tomorrow is Wednesday, so I'll probably be on earlier. You're very welcome. Glad I could help. And get it on a scope. The best thing you can do to learn how to use Periscope is to do a scope. Just doing them, you'll find out kinks and foibles and things that you learn, and then you'll get better at it as you go. I made a lot of mistakes in the first few. The good news is for me, those scopes didn't get saved. So the Catch.me ones are only ones from this challenge. I didn't know about Catch.me when I started using Periscope about 2 months ago. So those first 8 or 9 scopes I did, gone. So that's it. Thank you for watching here again, and you can watch the replay, share it with your friends. By the way, you can share it by just scrolling, you swipe left to right on the iPhone, up and down for the Droid, I believe it is, and you can bring up the dialogue for the scope with the title. Below that is a way to share it with your followers, and share it on Twitter. Those are 2 things you can do during a scope live, and I think you do it in the replay as well on the smartphone app. So, hey Christelle, you just join me as I wrap up. Thanks for the hearts. I was talking about that earlier, so I'm actually wrapping up the scope now, so you have to watch the replay, sorry. And I'm not going to repeat it all here, but if you go to the replay, you can also hit hearts. Recap? Okay, fine, if you insist, Christelle, just for you. Hearts are useful, one, because they give the presenter, the scoper, feedback at your service. They give you feedback, and secondly, they also give you ranking if you get enough of them. But enough of them, I think, is in the millions. I'm about 14,000, which sounds really good, but I see people have got 60+ million hearts now, which is way beyond. So I don't even know how rankings start to what level it comes up at. Also, one little thing I discovered, well, 2 things. One is that you can do hearts on the replay, which is great. So if you go back and watch somebody else's scope, you can hit hearts again. Second thing is, if you want to give more than 500 hearts, because you can only register 500 hearts per time, you can come out of the scope and go back in again, or on the replay, watch it more than 1 time, and hit the hearts again up to 500. So you can do it several times. Third thing, there was such 3 things, also is that the heart color you have on the screen matches the color of the profile picture that you get when you opt into that scope, which changes every time. So that's the distillation. I think that's it. Cool. Thank you, Christelle, for those. That's the recap in a nutshell, and the 30-day challenge you already know about because you're in the group too. So I'll be seeing your scope later on, I presume. No, you did one already. I saw one, but I'll check in yours as well. And my relationship one was earlier, which is the texting versus talking. That was a juicier one, and got some interesting interaction on that one. So enjoy that scope too. Watch it in the replays. Again, you can add hearts in the replay. I welcome those, thank you, as well as on the live scopes. And if you're not using scope yet, get on it, have fun, broadcast, and become a live scoper. Pop your Peri cherry, as we say in the group. So thank you for watching. I'm going to be done. Thank you, Christelle. Yes, thank you. barryselby.com. That's my site. I mentioned the previous scope, but this was a Peri-tip, so I didn't really push my site here, but I appreciate the promotion. Always welcomed. I think that's it. Have a wonderful evening. Tuesday, it's beautiful here. I mean, it's actually kind of hot in LA, but it's still beautiful now. It's cooled down a bit. Enjoy yourselves and get out there and scope. I will see you tomorrow, probably a bit earlier, to do my relationship coach tip and my Peri-tip is the plan. Thanks for the hearts, Christelle. I appreciate that. And that's it. Take care of yourselves. Have a wonderful evening. And I'll be back on tomorrow, and I'll be watching your scopes along the way. See you. Oh, quick plug, because for those, I don't think I mentioned this scope, or did I? I think I did. The 30-day challenge. If I did or didn't, I'll do it next time. I did it on the. I know I did it on both. I'm getting tongue-tied. I'm signing off. Join the 30-day challenge if you haven't been part of that. It's in my other scope. Watch that one. That's the easy way out. And if you'd missed the rest of this scope, please go back and watch it again, and feel free to give hearts in the replay because they're fun. Okay? Thank you much for watching. I will see you tomorrow, and enjoy your evening. Bye.